Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Jasmy update. It's day number 952 of the bear market, and I can tell you that it doesn't really feel too good, right? It's really hard to be holding on to something that is not performing too good, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you exactly why this will turn out to be something that is amazing, right? And I just want to wish you all the best in your Jasmy investment. Now, with that being said, let's quickly jump into the price chart and see exactly why we are still focused on this price chart, right? If we take the chart off of the log scale for a minute right here and put it on a regular chart, you can actually see that we have this, depressing structure, obviously. But let's take a look at the previous bear markets to kind of see where we are from a time frame perspective, right? So if we want to go ahead here and with Cardano from the very top right here to the next all-time high, it took something like 1,141 days. So we are now at 952. That's super close right here. Now, this is not only the thing that we are looking at, obviously. Now, if you take a look at this Cardano structure right here and go back to Jasmy and take the chart off of the log scale right here, put it on regular scale, you can actually see that we have a structure that is similar to what Cardano had then, right? If you play closer attention, you're going to see these 5 waves right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you head down right here. You have a small bounce and then you flatten out until you continue heading even higher, right? So that's the same thing that we have with Cardano right here. You see all those 5 waves right here. Let's go ahead and highlight them. So we are doing something like this here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You bounce here and then you continue flat, going for a period of like 1,147 days right here, and then you go to hit the previous all-time high. So that will be meaning that after some days right here on the Jasmy price set, maybe 3 months or something like that, we are looking at something like 32 cents if we are to follow the same structure right here. And I can tell you that there is actually a very huge chance that something like this is going to happen right here. This is not the only chart, by the way. We can take a look at Ethereum. You see the same structure, right? Now, people may say, oh, Jasmy has crashed 99%. Ethereum also, by that time, which was the second biggest cryptocurrency then, it crashed in a whooping 97%. So I mean, Jasmy still has a chance in my own opinion, and you can see how people are shaking off right here. This is why I was saying that heads off to you for your focus, because you can see all this carnage happening right here and waiting for, in this case here on the Ethereum price. So let's go ahead and see that from the very all-time high right here with the same structure that we have on that fracture on our Jasmy price set. We are looking at something like 1,088 days, right? We're getting super close to that in my own opinion. But these are like the best case scenarios, obviously. We had worst case scenarios, for example, just like Neo back then, right? You can see that we have still the same structure right here where you have got 5 waves there, which you can actually go ahead and say, you know what, let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get to where you bounce off and then you flatten out, right? Now, this may actually be looking small right here because this was just a retrace, obviously, right? But even that retrace on the Neo price from the very bottom of the bear market, you can actually go ahead and measure. And let me catch that nice and easy here. So from the very bottom to where it peaked, right? That was something like a 21x. Now a 20x on the Jasmy prices, which is actually the worst case scenario in my own opinion, according to the charts that I've actually gone through. This will be something like 6 cents thereabout on the Jasmy. Now 6 cents per Jasmy, to be honest, is not a lot, but what it does, it provides an opportunity. If you have been crashed here on the Jasmy prices, you can dollar cost average, and by the end of it all, an average of a 20x would not be really a bad investment in my own opinion, right? But let's go ahead and take a look at what would be the best case scenario right here, right? Will Jasmy be able to reach $1? I've made a video on that already. So if you go ahead and grab your fib retracement 2 from the very top of this fracture that we have, right, until the very bottom of the Jasmy price, which I have to look for right now because I really am not sure where it's sitting, right? So that's something like this one right here. Now, with the previous charts that I was showing you, that's the Ethereum price set, the Cardano price set. In the best case scenario, we'll be looking at something like between the 2.618 fib retracement level and the 3.618 fib retracement level. Now, that range goes from 88 cents all the way to something like $1.21. So there is a good chance that Jasmy will be hitting $1 right here, and I think it's really justified. So you hear people talking about $1, but they haven't actually really said how it's going to happen right here. So with this fib retracement 2, the same way we applied it with Cardano, let me go ahead and do that right here so that you get to relate with what we are talking about. So we are talking from the very top right here to the very bottom. You can see that the bull market right here extended all the way to the 2.618, right? But with Ethereum, we even had even more than that. That's something like even closer to the 4.236. Let's go ahead and do that one more time from the very top here to the bottom of the bear market. it would take you to exactly the 3.618 fib retracement. So these are the areas that we are looking at for Jasmy. That's $1, so that's actually 88 cents to $1.21, right? So these are the long-term price targets, obviously. So if you like the technical analysis so far, I would kindly ask you to help me spread this video by delicately tapping the like button, because it really helps the YouTube algorithm. People looking for Jasmy content will now be able to find this video much more easily. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel just yet, I would encourage you to do so, really, because I do tier on Jasmy and a number of altcoins on a regular basis. And without me running my mouth too much, let's get back to the video. But going back to the shorter time frame right here, we can still see that we are stuck in a range, and we need a couple of things to happen right here. Let me take you to another price chart here. So this is still Jasmy, but I just have a different setup, obviously. But what you can notice is we are being rejected by this downward sloping resistance here. But the basic rule in technical analysis, obviously, is the more you hit on a resistance or a support level is actually the higher likelihood of it being broken, right? And we can also see that this resistance obviously is coming into confluence with the single most important moving average, in my own opinion, on the Jasmy price chart, which is the 50 daily moving average. If I am to go back and show you how this moving average actually rejects the price chart. So if we go ahead and highlight, let's say, this example, you can see that it rejects the price pretty bad, right? The same instance right here, same time here, same thing as well here, and then we also have the same thing right here. We can even go back as far as this area. So you can see that the 50 daily moving average has got a reputation of rejecting the Jasmy price chart. But in the situation where we are right now, it's really not acting as resistance because we have crisscrossed it a lot of times, right? So what we are looking for is to break this downward sloping resistance right here, and I think there's a likelihood that we will be able to do that. But let me just go ahead and stress what we have been talking about for quite some time, obviously, which is the RSI. I've always said that this RSI here around the 55 to 62 mark on the Jasmy price, that is a headache for the price chart. And you can tell that each and every single big rejection that we have had in the last year or more, actually going back as far as something like 10th of September 2022, the big rejections have come right around that level, right? So the only times we have had like a huge rally on the Jasmy price, that is when we have been able to break above the 62 mark on the RSI thereabout. So if we really want to go ahead and break this resistance that we have, the downward sloping resistance, which actually has a formation, a pattern which is not really straightforward, actually we can go ahead and say it's neutral, which is that a triangle that you see there, right? So for us to be able to break that, we need the RSI to be going and closing above something like 62, and then I can say comfortably that this resistance is done. We'll be looking at the next resistance to follow. That's something like maybe here, the horizontal resistance. That's something like $0.0044 per Jasmy, and then we'll take it from there, right? But for now, these are the things that we have from the Jasmy price chart. We've got massive resistance there. We have tested it multiple times, meaning that it's getting weaker and weaker. What we want to see right now is a violent breakout of that, and then we want to see the RSI breaking and closing above 62, and then we can finally continue to the upside. Obviously, none of what I say is financial advice, and I should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say, alright? But if you like the content, don't forget to delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and then I'll be able to see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.